Businesses are blowing up through digital advertising, and everybody wants to know, what exactly is digital advertising? Check this out. One of my clients sells baking supplies online. We spent about $4,500 in Facebook ads, and they made $131,000 in return. Not into baking? Well, this client sells hair extensions online. We spent $141,000 in Google ads and generated about 4,000 purchases at just $35 per purchase. Maybe you're into finance. Well, this client is in the business of selling home loans. We spent $1,900 in Facebook ads and generated 414 leads. That's an average cost of $4.69 per lead. Well, what if you have a brick and mortar business? I worked with this local gym and we spent $1,500 and generated 93 leads at an average cost of just $16 per lead. Hi, my name is Sherman, and in this video, I'm going to talk about what is digital advertising, every reason why you need to be using it, how it works, and then I'll give you my top tips to get great results. So, what is digital advertising? Digital advertising, also known as internet advertising, is the process of promoting messages on the internet to your customers. Digital advertising technically consists of all types of online ads. However, sites like Google, Amazon, and Facebook have dominated the digital ad market share. I mean, they literally dominate over 60% of all digital advertising spend on the internet. And because of this, when it comes to digital advertising, these names will almost always come up. So, what exactly then does a digital advertisement look like? You've probably seen them all the time, but here are some quick examples. On social media, they often appear in the newsfeed as sponsored posts. They appear in the newsfeed because that is where most people spend most of their time. On platforms like Google, they often appear in the Google search results. They are the initial ads that appear first in the search results. This may show up as text ads or image ads depending on what you're searching for. On video platforms like YouTube, they are the ads that appear before video content starts and also in the search results when you're searching for videos. YouTube is the second largest search platform behind Google, so it makes sense to run ads on there as well. So those are just some quick examples, but now let's get to the fun part. Let's talk about the real benefits of digital advertising and why every business should be using it. Now, digital advertising has become increasingly popular for a few reasons. Reason number one, it's inexpensive. The cost to reach 1,000 people is 3 to 4 times cheaper than traditional forms of advertising, like print, mailers, television, and so on. You can literally spend $10 on Facebook ads and reach up to 1,000 people, while $10 spent on direct mail will probably reach about 2 to 3 people max once you include the print and mailing costs. With YouTube ads, you can literally advertise your videos and get views as low as 10 cents per view, while 10 cents or even $1,000 probably won't even secure a TV spot on a reputable TV network. I'm willing to bet you that digital advertising will almost always be more cost effective than print advertising. Like seriously, how much do you want to bet? I'll take Instagram ads, you take, I don't know, a full page in Fortune's magazine. Now, when you're thinking about this scenario, think about how many people you see walking around glued to a magazine that they're dying to read. And then in comparison, how many people do you see walking around glued to their iPhones? I mean, I shouldn't have to argue this point, but I'm curious. Let me know what you think in the comments below. No, but in all seriousness, digital ads are less expensive than traditional media. This is why businesses pay Facebook, Google, and YouTube more than $100 billion per year, because it works. Now let's move on to the next reason. Reason number two is targeting. Because of the vast amount of data available on the web, you will likely get in front of the exact person who is most likely to buy your products or your services. For example, if you own a massage spa, you can literally advertise to people who like massages, who are in the typical age range of people who buy massages, and people who are even within 5 to 10 miles of your exact location. You can target people by interest, age, location, behaviors, and so much more. Here's another cool example. Let's say you're, I don't know, a plumber. You can run ads on Google whenever someone's searching for words like water leak help, plumbing services, and so on. You can target people based off of intent, people who need your services right now. When you do print, radio, or traditional ads, you really have no idea who needs your products or services. You just push your business in front of people, hope that they see your brand enough to remember you, and then cross your fingers, pray, and wait. But I want to hear from you. Comment below if you're using traditional marketing. Let me know what you think about this. Here's my last example. Let's say someone just visited your website. You can literally retarget ads to stay in front of those people on a continual basis. Imagine owning a car dealership and someone comes into your location and test drives one of your cars. They take 3 hours of your time, then they walk out of the door without buying a thing. I mean, come on, they were so close to buying, right? Well, with digital advertising, you can continue to persuade them to buy your product even after they leave your website and even your physical location. When compared to traditional advertising, you're simply unable to do these type of things. You do not know who's seeing your ads. You cannot target based off of their age, interests, and behaviors with the same precision that you can with digital media. And you cannot advertise to people based off of their exact intent or needs at that time, like we saw with the Google example. If you want the best shot at reaching a specific group of people, it's pretty clear that digital advertising is your best bet. Now let's move on to reason number 3. If you're a numbers guy like me, then you're going to love this. Digital advertising is the most measurable and scalable form of advertising. If you make decisions based off of things like, I don't know, practical things like ROI or return on ad spend, then digital advertising was made for you. When set up correctly, you can literally see the exact amount of money you spent and how much money you made back in return in the same dashboard. I mean, this is beautiful. You can view your stats real time based off of metrics that you truly care about. You can see things like your click-through rate, your impressions, engagement, and so on. You will never have to guess again if your advertisements are working. And even better, you can adjust digital ads real time to make them better. Here's a quick example. Let's say you record a radio ad. You think it's great, right? The radio station charges you $10,000 to run your ad. They say it's going to be great. They tell you you're going to reach all of these people, make a ton of money, and so on. So they run your ad and you decide to meet with them. And here's how that meeting typically goes. The radio station might say, over 2 million people heard your commercial. And you're like, great, how much traffic and sales did I get? And the radio station might say, well, about that. Well, from your side, what if it didn't work at all? You just spent $10,000 at once. You shredded it, disposed it. You're not getting that money back, right? Well, with digital ads, you can continue to monitor the ads as they are running. You can see which groups of people are clicking on it, who isn't, and make changes. So after the first $1,000 in spend, you can review the performance, optimize it, and make the remaining $9,000 in the tank even better. This process is called ad optimization. It's the process of improving your digital advertising campaigns to improve performance. Now, all of this stuff might sound fine and dandy, but a lot of people ask me, Sherman, what if digital advertising just does not work for my business? Like, I own ABC type of company that targets XYZ type of people. Do you really think digital advertising will work for me? My answer is always yes, and here's why. I mean, just think about it for a quick second. Facebook has over 2 billion users. Your customers are probably on there, right? There are over 7 billion searches every day on Google. I mean, at least 1,000 of those searches have to be someone looking for a product or service like yours, right? It really does not matter what type of business you have. Digital advertising can help you make more money in your business. Advertising is all about showing up where people are spending most of their time. For example, you see posters all the times when you're on the bus or on the train. You hear ads all the time when you're on the radio. You see billboards when you're driving. You see ads when you're watching your favorite shows and movies. You see ads everywhere. So if the goal of advertising is to show up where people spend most of their time, then there is no reason not to invest into digital advertising. Okay, so how exactly then can you get started with digital advertising? Well, the short version is very simple. All you have to do is write a few sentences, pick a picture, upload it into the ads manager of the platform of your choice, then boom, you're gonna start getting millions of dollars. You're gonna be filthy rich. You're gonna be able to buy that fancy Lamborghini. You're gonna be able to take that fancy vacation, and let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Over 70% of digital ads fail. And it's due to this short-term magic formula way of thinking that most businesses have when they're approaching digital advertising. It is actually quite easy to set up a digital advertisement. However, to be truly successful, you have to have a clear strategy in place. And you kind of have to have a product that people actually want to buy. So look, I'm going to give you a few secrets from our agency on how to get started on this effectively. This apparel business, for example, spent $20,000 and made $78,000 in return for an average return on ad spend of 3.77. This wellness group spent $2,500 in ads, generated 118 leads at an average cost of just $21.67 per lead. This skincare e-commerce company spent $900 in Facebook ads and have already made $10,000. That's a 10 times return on their investment. I'm sure you're excited for this, but before I give you these tips, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to this channel, because I promise there's a lot more actionable content on the way. So here are the steps to launch a successful digital advertising campaign on any platform. The first thing you're going to have to do is build your funnel. Just like you typically can't expect to have sex on the first date with someone, you can't expect your customers to buy your product on the first interaction with them. You need to set up a step-by-step system that introduces your product to potential customers, builds interest, sell it, and repeat. The typical sales funnel looks a little bit like this: awareness or attraction, engagement, conversion, and advocacy. Now, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this digital marketing funnel. So we're gonna take a separate video to address every stage, but right now, you just need to know that you need a digital marketing funnel in place before you run a campaign. The second thing that you need to do is to start creating digital assets. The truth is, if there's 2 billion people on the internet, every day consuming tons of content, you're probably not going to stand out by being average. You need to invest into unique and engaging creative that grabs people's attention. This may be a video commercial, cool graphics, photography, or just witty advertising copy that entertains people. But if you're just going to grab a random stock image and tell people to buy your stuff, it's probably not going to go so well. You might end up blaming digital advertising and say, hey Sherman, I tried digital ads and guess what? It doesn't work at all. But I hate to be the one to tell you, it's probably because people just did not like your ads, or maybe your product so much. Because as I mentioned earlier, businesses with stellar ads and strategy are killing it. So the third thing, once you have the right assets and once you have a digital funnel, you can start doing digital advertising and launch your campaign. We recommend running several ads at once so you can see which one performs the best. And remember, you need to monitor your ads as they perform and make necessary changes to improve the performance for you to really get the results you're looking for. There is no set it and forget it when it comes to digital advertising. Competitors will come, ads will phase out, and need to be refreshed, and so on. And if you need help doing any of this, our agency LYFE Marketing can train you on how to do this, or simply do it for you if you'd like to hire us. But right now, you want free and actionable content, so let's quickly summarize the content of this video. We talked about what is digital advertising. Again, digital advertising is the process of advertising on the internet. Why is digital advertising so important? Because it's very inexpensive, highly targeted, and scalable. How do you get started with digital ads? Build a funnel, create engaging assets, and launch your campaign with several variations of your ads so you can determine which one is working. Hopefully you enjoyed the content of this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.